Chapter 31, Snow Water. Wang Lin's expression remained normal. He asked, "How much do you need?" Wang Hao hesitated and said, "At least 200. "That much? What do you need it for?" Wang Lin was stunned. He did have 200 talismans. He had received almost 500 from bribes. Wang Hao sighed and said, with a bitter face, "Brother Taizhu, in 2 months it will be the inner disciple competition. While I can participate, I don't have any chance of winning. But I refuse to give up. That bastard Wang Zhu has already reached the first layer of qi condensation, and I heard that he is attempting to reach the second layer. How does he cultivate so quickly?" Wang Lin hadn't seen Wang Zhu in a while and was quite surprised. It seemed that talent really mattered. Wang Hao revealed an angry expression and said, "It's only because he has a good master. His master didn't care about the price and begged my master for a batch of foundation establishment pills. Those are very precious pills within the sect. After eating the pill, cultivation speed increases drastically." Wang Lin nodded and asked, "What does this have to do with you borrowing talismans?" Wang Hao muttered, "Of course there is a connection. You don't interact with others much, but a month before the competition, all the inner disciples will hold a small exchange. There, everyone takes out their treasures to exchange for the final preparation. I heard from some seniors that attended it before. They said that during the exchange, anything can be used, like flying swords, magical treasures, pills, etc." After Wang Lin heard this, his heart started pounding. He didn't have much interest in flying swords or magical treasures, but the chance for the qi condensation stages were important to him. Thinking that he might be able to obtain them at the exchange, he pondered for a while and said, "The inner disciples trust each other that much to just do these exchanges." Wang Hao laughed and said, "Brother Taizhu, you have asked an important question. There is one rule during this exchange, and that's also the requirement to enter the exchange. That is, have a disguise pill. After taking the disguise pill, unless someone is at the foundation stage, no one can recognize you." A thought flashed through Wang Lin's head. "You are borrowing all these talismans for that pill?" Wang Hao was stunned. He nodded and said, "Brother Taizhu is really smart. That is true. This pill is controlled by my master, and around this time of year he starts to privately sell them. The price is 200 talismans." Wang Lin considered a bit and said, "This exchange seems quite interesting. I want to go check it out as well." Wang Hao quickly said, "Sure, as long as you have a disguise pill, you can attend. My goal this time is a foundation establishment pill. I heard that this time there is a disciple selling them." Wang Lin waved his right hand and took out 400 talismans from his bag of holding. He made them into 4 bundles of 100 talismans each. Wang Hao's eyes lit up, then stored them in his bag of holding. "Brother Taizhu, there is still about half a month of time. I'll come and find you then. We can go together." Wang Lin nodded. They talked for a while and Wang Hao left. After Wang Hao left, he contemplated it for a while. Wang Lin attached great importance to this exchange, as this was a chance for him to get the chance for the later qi condensation stages. But he didn't have anything valuable, and all the talismans were used on buying the disguise pill. After pondering for a long time, he decided to bring some spiritual energy-filled spring water. That should be able to attract some people. With the help of the pill, no one would know his identity. After making up his mind, Wang Lin no longer thought about this matter. Right now, he couldn't enter the dream space, so he started to practice the attraction force technique on the large rocks in the chore house. He had already practiced the attraction force over 10,000 times in the dream space. He had become more and more skilled at it. If it was used on a gourd, then the success rate was 10 out of 10. Now, in everyday life, as long as he moved his hand, he could grab small objects. If the size was too big, the success rate would lower, but with his spiritual energy still growing. And after he entered the second layer, the attraction force technique was starting to show its true power. After practicing on the large rocks for a few hours, it was dark and snowing outside, but Wang Lin didn't immediately enter the dream space. He stood at the doorway and stared at the snowflakes as he started to ponder. Throughout the month, while cultivating at the second layer, Wang Lin noticed a problem. The effects of the spiritual energy-filled spring water had decreased. Although the decrease was very small and could be made up, it brought him endless worry. He was afraid that, as his chi condensation stage got higher and higher, one day, the spiritual energy-filled spring water would lose its effect. While soaking the mysterious bead in liquid dew was the best, followed by spring water, dew collection was far too slow. There was not enough to use, and there was none in the winter. The spring water was the easiest and most practical to get, and he had an endless supply. However, if one day the spring water is no longer effective, Wang Lin needed to have something to replace it. He slightly moved his hand and activated the attraction force technique. Chunks of snow formed into a dragon and charged into a large pot in the room. After a short while, Wang Lin had filled half the pot. He stopped the attraction force technique and came next to the pot. He formed a seal with his right hand. After more than 10 tries, he finally formed a baby-sized fireball. The fireball emitted a lot of heat and quickly melted the snow. After all of the snow had melted, he wiped the sweat off his forehead. Continuously using 2 techniques had made him very tired. There wasn't much snow water in the pot. He threw the mysterious bead into pot and took it out 10 minutes later. He now had a very good understanding of the mysterious bead. Soaking it in spring water for 10 minutes was the limit. He had tested soaking it for longer, but found that as long as it was in for at least 10 minutes, the effect remained the same. He took a drink of the water, then closed his eyes and carefully examined the change in the spiritual energy in his body. A moment later, he opened his eyes and muttered, "The effect is a lot better than spring water, but still below dew. It can be used." He immediately took out countless gourds. They were all the gourds that he had gathered in the mountains. After working for the entire night, all the snow in his yard was gone. That snow filled up a small portion of the gourds with spiritual energy water.